what year they were built, who built them, and what kind of like arch- uh, architecture school they came out
I'm sorry,
from.
man. I feel like a fucking bottle rocket right now. There's so much sea moss
I
flowing
don't. I
through
don't.
me.
I don't want to hear about. I know.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about an erection. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm saying like the energy, like I feel it in my
Motion,
back.
Mars.
I'm like,
Welcome
bah!
back,
like bust through the ceiling. Like it's crazy. Like I feel high in a different way. Go ahead though. And I'm not even trying to do that about the products because they might not do that for everybody. I smoke before I came here, so it might just woke up the smoke. You know what I'm saying? It might have just woke up the smoke up.
It correlates with the hippies, you know, like the hippies were on plant-based diets and they were.
I'm not a hippie because I like,
you know, they.
Yeah.
But you know, plant-based does amplify your high.
I like cologne and Jordans and PlayStation, so I can't be no hippie. But,
Background
you know what I'm
is
saying?
gonna be various podcasts.
I do like
Next
weed.
podcast on the place probably gonna be flavor.
Right, I'm not no hippie, Jack.
Um,
Them niggas be like, yeah, I got this sweater from a farmer's market.
So,
Like,
yeah.
nigga, this
Y'all know
Gucci,
what time
bitch.
it is.
Right.
Gotta get the links out.
the cap to
Get y'all
this?
real
Oh,
time.
the cap to her.
And we're gonna get started.
I just don't want it to spill.
Mhm. So, okay. So there's that. But I want to talk about Beyond the Ice Wall. Can you look up some stuff about where did I put those fucking posts? I be wanting to send you stuff, Maya, but I don't be wanting to bombard your inbox. I'll be like, fuck, I'm gonna save it and I'll bring it to the pod. I gotta start fucking sending them.
Yeah, send them because I mean I'll just keep them and then I'll send them to my burner account and I can bring them up here.
You got a burner? I need me a burner.
But it's just for stuff like this. Like I don't interact with people, but I don't want to put my Instagram on my
Nobody accused you of
computer.
interacting with nobody. You just saying a burner would be nice.
That was my burner right there.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That's lit.
That's why I've only got messages from myself.
That's dope.
I don't even follow anybody. Oh, you say you want to look up Beyond the Ice Wall.
I got some images that I want to, you know, because they're not going to show us the truth on Google. They're going to show us some bullshit. Check it out, though. While she's looking for that, I'm going to be on the road, man. I'm going to Las Vegas. I'll be there February 18th at Wise Guys. Very excited about that. But according to the ticket sales, you guys are not. So I just have to reiterate that I'm going to be there, Vegas. Pull up on me. And it's not just there. I'm going to also be in Wise Guys in Utah. I'm going to go to Utah a lot. It's Salt Lake City in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do go to, I have a lot of layovers there. Anyway, yeah, Salt Lake City right after that, February 25th, Wise Guys. San Diego, I'm going to be there March 10th. I forgot the name of the venue, but it's in my bio. Toledo, I'm coming there March 15th and 16th. But then it's not on here, but New York, I'm coming there on the 17th. I'm going to do mixtape comedy with Royale Watkins, March 17th. And I'm in Chandler, Arizona, March 24th. Fort Worth, Texas, the 29th through the 30th, man. Dark Side of the Moon is the tour. Y'all need to fuck with it. Put the graphic up right here. The graphic is up right here. Amir has the graphic. It's right here. No. He ain't gonna put it up now, but when they see, you say what?
So I got to check with my friends. They said they was buying tickets.
Yeah, please have all your friends buy tickets. Tell your friends and they aunties.
Tell a friend. That's it.
I like Vegas. Obviously, we can't go right now, but Vegas is fun. We get those rooms with like jacuzzi. We got a spa room last time we went.
What?
Yeah, it had
They're crazy.
Oh, hey! Oh, hey! If y'all watched last week, when we talked about champagne, mine was like, now you are talking my language. But now I know what to get y'all. I'm going to get y'all the bottle of Dom. You ain't even gonna know. You'll be like, what's this for? I'll be like, it's a late gift. Right now, my money is tied up in everything, other stuff. But when I unbreak myself, I'm going to get y'all a bottle of Dom. Yeah, man. You know, I gotta unbreak myself, you feel me? Got a lot of shit going on, man. Yay, TH Comedy. I appreciate you with your Fort Worth tickets. But y'all about to have a good time down there. Hope the kitchen is good, man. I want some catfish or something. I want some, like, down south. I had some tacos last time I was in Dallas a couple weeks ago. A place called Taco Casa.
Oh, I had Taco Casa.
God damn. You know how hard it is to find a regular ground beef taco with that good soft shredded cheese on top?
Tex-Mex.
What's it called?
It's like American style taco.
Yeah,
Here
Tex-Mex.
they don't do,
Tex-Mex.
yeah.
Right, and I hate that. Here, you can barely find one. I found one last week in LA, and it was all right. It was not fucking with Taco Casa. And they say LA got the best tacos in the world. I'm like, dog, all I want is a ground beef taco.
Well, like, it's Mexican tacos out here. Like in
Right,
Texas,
they put everything in a taco.
It's a Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of Mexican. Like, because I'm from Oklahoma. So when I came out this way and I had a taco in California for the first time, I was like, oh shit, this is really Mexican food.
Fuck
I
that.
had no idea.
Look, I'm not Mexican, dog. I want ground beef in my taco, and I want that bitch crunchy. And it's like I'm
With
sick
some
of trying to
cheese.
ask for. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what?
they
Oh, I'll
don't
take that
put
back.
cheese in the taco.
You know where else you could get one? Somebody said the Mexicans frown on ground beef tacos. That's nigga shit. Well, guess what? I'm a nigga.
What?
I'm gonna tell you. I had one. It's a place called I think it's called Pink Taco on Sunset.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
like right
Pink
before.
taco.
They got some ground beef tacos in there. That's fire. Matter of fact, I need to go there before I go to the Comedy Store this Thursday. Stop in there and give me some tacos. You know what I'm saying? Because I love they tacos, dog. I love a ground beef taco so much, dog. I don't understand what the fuck going on.
I can't find anything serious for Beyond the Ice Wall.
Right. I'm sorry. I was supposed to be looking stuff up, but I started talking. It's just,
Well,
you know.
there's this is April Fool thing.
Nah,
from
but I don't want to
Science.
see that. Your computer only is for debunking.
I'm trying my best.
You have a Dell debunker. That's the kind of computer you have. I got that new Dell debunker. It comes with That's what you got.
Yeah, because in order to assume that there's an ice wall, you have to have bought into flat Earth. Otherwise, it's just Antarctica.
Right, but the idea that there's more continents on the planet, even if it's round, I still want to buy that. As opposed to, like, they show us global images that they want us to have. They're all completely, totally, quote unquote, AI generated, altered, right? We don't have a lot of real space footage, quote unquote, of the Earth. I mean, like, a lot of the pictures of the Earth are not real, according to the sources that I've seen on TikTok.
Okay.
I just don't.
Because-
I'm joking. Hold on, but let me
'Cause
see.
you can have a live feed from this space station.
Quote
Yes, I
unquote.
watch NASA live feed a lot. I can't
It's-
I'm just saying, man. I just think it's some shit on this planet that we don't know is here. That we gotta stop acting like.
A lot of like, if you can find something and get it past, all these peer reviews, you could get a Nobel Prize. People are trying. People are trying to distinguish themselves in science. And if it gets past the peer review process, then you
I
can
don't
get
even
credit
want
for it.
to. I don't want to. I just want to know. I'm just nosy. I just want to be in the know. So I don't just die trying to figure it out. I want
Right.
to know what the fuck going on. That's it. I don't even want to snitch, dog. I just want to know.
lie.
God
don't wanna be
damn.
confused when shit
Can a
is-
nigga? Yeah. Can a nigga
Yeah.
just know?
Well, there are people who find things like they'll look through Google Earth and they'll find old archaeology, sites, and then they get credit for that because no one has seen it before. It's just that we haven't had really the technology to look at Earth like that until recently. So before, if you were going to go for a dig or something like that, you'd have to figure out where you're going. You have to get there. Someone has to pay for it. Now you can just look down from Google Earth at a lot of things.
Here we go. I found it.
Okay, you send that to me.
Bam. Send it to you.
Okay.
Yes, I be saving some shit. And it's another CP video. Yes, we got to get CP back on here.
I would like to. I like CP.
I like it.
I'm.
You know I
I'm
like
nice.
it. And I feel like when your name is CP, this the kind of shit that you just be into. You be learning shit. You feel me? Yeah, man. And that's my name. And I hate that I can't have my name. I just shout out to Don't Tell Comedy. I just released a dope ass set on Don't Tell Comedy. It's on their YouTube. It's called Amputees and Viagra. You guys can check that out. It's really dope. But I mean, people in the comments like, why would he name himself CP? It's like, dog, that's my initials, bro.
Yeah.
Right, but they child fucking filth is,
Oh.
and they call it
That's
that.
finally connected. 'Cause
And it's
going
like-
through
it's
my
like,
head.
dog. Like it's
Yeah.
just like y'all made it that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, this
Yeah.
is just my initials.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it takes the creeps to put that
Yeah,
together.
it's like,
'cause
god
nobody-
damn. They be all in the comments like, why would you your podcast this? I looked it up and I got a warning. It's like, first of all, that's cap. Yeah. So look at these alleged ice wall. Look at this is Steph.
Dude right here, I have no idea. It looks like he's got like long hair too if you look really close, but you can see the icebergs and stuff in the background. So I mean, it's real good CGI or it's the real deal. This is supposedly a natural phenomena.
Okay.
If you look close, that really does look man-made, but I'm sure y'all gonna be like, oh, it's not, dude.
Man-made, quote unquote.
Here's some more alleged ice wall pictures. This right here is 1912 pictures, allegedly. What do y'all think this right here is? Look at the little archway.
Okay,
This
hold
is
on. Give me a second.
past, this is in Antarctica, past the ice wall.
This don't really look like
Watch
that. That could be anywhere.
Then we got this one right here.
Yeah, why is
Those
this
look like modern structures, but these are from 1912, allegedly. This is one of my favorite ones. Look at that column and look at the detail. If you look close, there's some kind of writing on it. Can't really tell what it is, but there's so much we don't know about. These are all alleged, though. Don't forget. More of the columns.
Yeah.
That's crazy right there.
This
I
could
mean,
be
look at the
anywhere.
ice
This could be
up there.
anywhere in Russia.
Then we got this dude right here. I have no idea.
right,
Looks like he's got like long
Okay, pause.
hair, dude.
You understand that it could be anywhere, okay? Like, please spare us. We could watch this and be like, that could be fucking, that could be Michigan, Upper Peninsula. This could be, we get it, okay? We get that. So we're saying, hypothetically speaking, if this were to exist so deep in Antarctica that it was beyond this big thing that on the other side of it was the first men, quote unquote.
You mean like the plot of Game of Thrones?
Exactly.
Okay, you're telling me the plot of Game of Thrones. Okay, yeah, it could. See, there's two different modes you
here
have to
it
put
is.
yourself in. There's
That's
like
good.
real world
That's
mode.
Where were my
I was definitely about to be
7 people live in the
confused as
house.
shit.
And then there's writer mode. Writer mode, of course you want to entertain these things. That's how you get ideas. I think you should watch everything CB does and make a movie out of it.
You're just saying that, man. You don't believe my movie making skills.
Make a movie.
You wouldn't watch my movie.
I'd watch a
Like,
movie.
behind the scenes. On
Behind the
side,
ice wall,
like,
we go find it, and it's big ass midgets. These are the biggest midgets. That's how you know a giant for real. If it's a big ass midget,
That's just a regular person.
no, a big ass midget, like a big, like giant midget. Did you see the video? Did we pull it up in here where that midget was at that parade in Japan a long time ago? Is that on here? We pulled it up. I mean, my bad, not a midget, but it's a giant, and he had a diaper on. It was a giant
Oh,
in like the 1920s in like a Japanese parade. He was just walking around in his drawers. Cause they ain't, what kind of pants they could find for that big ass thing? He walked
Right.
around in his drawers. He was in the parade. He was clapping and shit.
Wait a minute. Is it from? Someone's trying to debunk it for me.
I know you got that damn Dell debunker. The all new Dell debunker by Dell. Why do I keep throwing that nigga into that portal? I keep watching
I
it.
know,
Get your
right?
ass in there. So here's the thing too. Have you heard about the Adam and Eve theory about how the world turns every couple 100,000 years and it keeps turning, so that's why like the Sahara Desert used to be an ocean.
Oh, that's not a theory. That's real. The tilts of the Earth towards the sun. So the Sahara used to be covered in water, and there's
Right.
bones and stuff like that's not a.
The same with the Grand Canyon. Used to be, and you can tell by the lines that you can see on the rock that it used to be a heavy ocean. And what we're looking at is the bottom of an ocean,
Yep.
right? But then there's also Egyptian caves inside of there, right? They're like Egyptian, they found like Egyptian hieroglyphics inside the Grand Canyon. And it's like, what the fuck was going on? Right there.
Yeah, I had to click through this because it told me that this has already been debunked and it's got no basis in reality.
Of course, they always do that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him, the big ass drawers he got on. Those look like some man-made drawers. They look like a bunch of, look at that.
Yeah, the Facebook itself debunked it.
Oh, not Facebook. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg? said it was fake. Oh, it has to be fake if Mark Zucky, if Mr. Zuckerberg said it's fake, then it gotta be fake. This big ass nigga, look at him. They say he kicked the horse. Boom! Kicked the horse in the nut. Boom!
Do they have a video where it's slower? Because I guarantee that's probably how you can tell.
Apparently, it's from this Big Man Japan.
They made a movie about it so quick just to cover it up.
This movie from 2007.
Right. Oh god, they made a movie. Look at this.
Oh, there it is.
No, that ain't him. That's something because he ain't had no tattoo.
Right, I was gonna say this dude.
He ain't
is
had no
tatted
tattoo.
up.
They
The
didn't
other one
redid it.
wasn't tatted up.
Oh, of course. It's not the same footage. He ain't had no tats. That nigga was not tatted up. Look at him. They know.
That's
He's not tatted up.
This video is underexposed up top.
Ah, Amir, don't let her pull you into this. It's real.
So you know I'm technical, bro. I'm gonna be technical.
No, but it's big baby giants, and this nigga was one of them.
it looks like a good
He out
movie
there
though.
kicking horses.
Shit don't look good.
It looks like it's an entertaining movie. I'll watch it.
I'm not watching shit. Cause it's real. and it happened. Look at him. This is, come on,
Yeah,
man.
it's real life.
Come on, man. They gonna make a fucking Monsters Inc.
Oh,
version.
This
of
looks amazing.
This does not look amazing. This is them trying to ridiculify or debunk some shit. Of course.
Yeah, they had to put one.
Come
eye
on,
in
man. This is nothing like. This is nothing like what we.
Whatever, I'm watching this movie.
Man,
I
don't
love
see
monster
this shit.
movies.
I don't like monster movies.
Did you end up seeing
Yes, I am. Wait, what you talking about?
the new Godzilla show?
Yes, I have started
It's
watching.
a show.
They
Yeah.
have a show.
Oh,
Monarch.
And it's
yeah,
called
okay.
Monarch Monsters, and I did start watching it. You know I'm into it because I love it, because I believe it, and yeah, it's interesting. I'll report back. But you guys can start watching Monarch Monsters on Apple TV.
Yeah, Hollow Earth. That goes into Hollow Earth. What
Absolutely.
episode are you
But
on?
the second episode.
Oh,
but
okay, never mind.
but Hollow Earth theory is always wrapped up in the whole Godzilla thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
literally every movie talks about Hollow Earth and where it's coming from. Even like the megalodon sharks coming from a layer underneath the bottom of the ocean with a certain denser oxygen and colder water. And I mean, yeah, like these things, they talk about them in the movies, how theoretically possible they could be. I'm not gonna lie, in 1994, you couldn't have told me that we couldn't take an old ass mosquito and get blood out of it. That was such a good way to tell it. But you get an old mosquito, take the blood out of it, because the mosquito, you don't know what the mosquito bit. You could have brought back anything. You know what I'm saying? Could have brought back an old human, because you don't know what the mosquito bit. But of course, they got to be a dinosaur. But whatever. So yeah, I'm very fascinated with things that happened before we got here. I'm very fascinated with the idea that we are just redoing this thing with these modern kind of templates behind us, but we're just the same ones doing it over and over and over again. Because, I mean, why isn't the truth readily available? Like, why do we all not just know our history? Why can't we just walk up and attach our ponytail to a tree and fucking get the download like Avatar? I'm just saying, like,
It's hard. This world is a hard place. I mean, a lot of these.
it doesn't have to be. They made it fucked up.
Who?
The powers that be, the people who created.
Demiurge? Are you going into Gnostic heresy right now?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, money and the idea of having to work. What did Orlando Brown say? Grapes?
What? He said
Grapes
what?
are supposed
They're
to be
making us
free.
pay for grapes? Apples? Pull that up. I love Orlando Brown, dog. He be speaking that real shit. The shit.
Paying for bananas. Oh man, Orlando Brown gives me so much life.
Grapes?
There you go.
For everybody watching on YouTube, we just watched the clip where Orlando Brown was like, they're making us pay for grapes. Orlando Brown, man. Shout out to him, man. You gotta, you know, sometimes you gotta be the person in your family to do the drugs that show what your family can actually handle. Sometimes you come from a churchy ass family. They didn't know y'all can do crack. Look at us. You could be a super nigga on crack.
I thought you were talking about good drugs. You talking about crack?
I'm just saying. I mean, it's some good drugs. What's your top 5 drugs?
Okay.
Yeah.
DMT.
DMT. DMT. is what we call it in the hood.
And then,
We
so,
don't.
but that's only every once in a while.
Every
like-
Thursday or so.
I haven't done it since
I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to do it right here on this couch.
Yeah, Tony wants to know what's going on.
I'm scared, niggas.
You can vape it. You can.
I
Bong.
definitely understand.
Okay, and so
I do want to see the little people though. The little. If you play Zelda, I imagine them being like them little elite people. Like, hey, what did they do? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Anyway,
so he went into his experience an atheist and came out as an agnostic.
what is agnostic?
He doesn't know. He say, I don't know. I'm an agnostic, like, even though, like, you know, we go through the church stuff and everything, but it's like, essentially, I don't know. I believe that there is a
The
God.
church stuff be just a song and dance that you do. Starts off making your grandparents happy. You know, look at grandma happy I'm up here doing this Easter speech that I don't believe in. I'm gonna finger some of these girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, then it turns into like, man, I want my kids to be good people. This is a good way to guilt them into not being strippers. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Facts.
Anyway, go ahead.
So mushrooms.
Okay, so DMT, mushroom.
Yeah, I put weed above all that because weed you can just do.
So weed's on there. So weed, DMT, mushrooms,
Mushrooms,
okay.
LSD.
LSD.
That's pretty much. Other people say like salvia and all this stuff. I'll
I
leave it at
can't
that.
fuck with no salvia, man. I've seen people flip out off salvia, so I didn't want to try it.
Yeah, I did it once a couple times a long time ago. I mean, it was interesting, but like once
It
you
didn't
do
scare the shit out
DMT
of you?
I'd already done like acid by that point, and yeah.
Gotcha. Top 5 drugs, Amir. Amir, like, nigga, water, vegetables, vitamins, soil,
Video games.
and video games. I feel that. That's one of mine favorites, man.
I'll throw caffeine on there. Caffeine counts, so I'll put that in there.
Sugar's a drug.
Yeah.
According to what it does to your brain, it is. It is a delicious drug.
I'll put caffeine in my top 5 favorites.
Let me see. My top 5 is weed, shrooms, that's pretty much all I've done.
I know, right? I was like, yeah, weed, and weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you don't need to. If you're not,
Weed not
gonna
even a
do it-
drug for real. Weed is just like spiritual cigarettes.
Yeah, straight up.
Cigarettes.
Not everyone can do weed, so if you have, we gotta tell people, if you have a history of mental illness in your family, you don't need to be trying weed like that.
I don't have a history
Yeah.
of mental illness in my family.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Tremendously.
It depends on what the mental illness is, but the psychosis, weed psychosis is a real thing.
Weed psychosis?
Oh, yeah. Did
Yeah,
you
I
hear
heard-
about
I
that
heard about
lady?
people that like say they can't do weed because it makes them paranoid. Like,
Right.
yeah.
My mom was
You didn't hear about this that happened recently? This lady did weed with a guy at her house. She actually got off. She stabbed this guy 100 times
I heard
during.
about that.
Yeah,
And she got off.
this just happened.
Like, what they give her? Community service?
Yeah, like she got a really light sentence. Stabbed him over 108 times. They said.
Was he black or was he white?
Or white dude. It's all white people.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Alright.
across the board.
His name's Chad.
Man, let me tell you something.
She-
He's got one stab. Bitch got one stab and I'm beating the fuck. What, bitch? You gonna stab me? Yeah! Bitch goes, you ain't finna get 100 of the bitches. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. If it, nigga, bitch, you ain't OJ. You ain't finna get stabbed 100 times. I'm nigga. I'll beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Blamed it on Canada. Like,
Boom, boom.
Some people do have.
Ball is tip. Hadouken!
Doesn't react well with some people. Like, there's a whole thing that we're learning now. You didn't know before because it wasn't so widespread and the THC content wasn't so high. That there's a whole group of people who cannot tolerate cannabis properly.
I'll uppercut this bitch so hard she'll bite her forehead. Oh man, bitch, you gonna stab me 100 times? So he did.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does.
did.
Said she went into a coughing fit and began to hallucinate. Two
And
large
she,
knives.
She stabbed herself too.
Yeah, stabbed herself in the neck.
Man,
So I guess that was like, that's what justified it. Like, oh, she got herself too. Like, I
nah,
don't.
fuck that. She did that one while the police was on the way.
That's
She
what
was
I'm saying. Like,
ah,
me too. Like, come on.
I'm crazy.
Like,
Nah,
y'all see what happened?
You ain't gonna stab me no 100 times.
I mean, stabbing yourself in the neck is crazy as hell to do though.
Yeah. She
Was
said,
any conscience like?
Can I tell you something? I need some of this weed. This weed sound like this weed sound like shit.
I need to see the receipt. Where did she get this from, and what was the percentage on it?
That weed sound like the bizarre. Shake it.
Like, was it concentrated? I need to know.
I thought it was his weed.
Every
Not
night,
his.
I like to
I
let
thought
them
he was-
hoes
they were
fight
smoking
at the
that.
club. Saying now what's up, I'm a Mac. I like to eat it, fam. Everywhere I go, that's how I be on the weed. I be going crazy. Man, look, dog, I just be hungry and dancy. You know what I'm saying? I smoke weed.
You know, a little mellow.
Yeah, but if you
You be iced like my heart used to be.
If your family has a history of psychotic disorders, like maybe don't touch the weed. But if it's like depression or stuff like that, that's fine.
It's a
In
fiend.
my opinion, I'm not a doctor. Don't say my study can smoke weed. I'm just saying.
No. That ain't no shit you gotta like disclaim. That's true. It was a fiend, one of my favorite fiends, man. Favorite crackhead was on the video. I don't know where he at, man. But sometimes when I see fiends, anybody else do this? When I see a fiend on like a viral video, man, I be wondering if they okay. Like later on down the line, like damn, when they the OD, yeah, they been outside, when they got pneumonia. This nigga, he kept saying, "You ain't never lied. You ain't never."
Come on with the pistol play.
Oh, he was walking down the street like, "You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied." Like man, being high look crazy, but if you the nigga that's high, you having a ball.
Blast.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. And just imagine, here it go right here. Go back. He came with a fake gun, shot the niggas to dip. Go back, start from the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm talking over it.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't lied. You ain't never lied.
He having a ball, dog. Look at him. You ain't never like in his mouth. He popping them niggas. And he out. He did what he had to. He put the murder game down.
He walking through hood Looney
Currently I'm building a bonsai tree.
You ain't never lied. You ain't. I hope you okay, man. I hope you all right, man. Damn, he did like fun. Can you imagine you 8 years old and this your uncle, and y'all having a fake gun battle around the house? And you like, you ain't never lied. You know what I'm saying? And you in 2nd grade going back to school, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Man, I fucking love crackheads, man. I wish I had like a shelter, like a humane society for crackheads. Call it. It'll be called Uncles. Welcome to Uncles. We do have aunties as well, but welcome to Uncles. Yeah, and so we have a couple of fresh batch of uncles. And if you want to come adopt one, or if you want to claim an uncle, because we're gonna put them down in a couple of weeks. They be in there like, you ain't never lied. Man, I want to open up Uncles, man.
And get a grant from LA City. They're giving away money. For
I want to open up in Detroit. I don't trust LA crackheads. They be too spacey. LA crackheads be like, man, do some crack shit, man. Get the fuck out of my face, man. Do a lot. Bath salts, man. But yeah, fuck that. Anyway.
They up a level from that.
Welcome to Uncles, where our goal is to reallocate these uncles. And they walk around, you ain't never lied. This is our Uncle Never Lie. So, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never. All right, I'm done. All right, guys. So I want to thank Nico for coming on and explaining the products. I'm going to need those pills. I'm going to need those pills.
Yes.
I'm going to need these. Can I see this? What's in here?
So that's the Holy Trinity. That's the sea moss,
And they got the maca root,
bladder
though,
and burdock root. So no, that's not the one with the maca
The
root.
yang. I mean, the yang is. Yang for that thing.
Yang for that.
Yang for
dang.
that thing. Anyway, so tell them again about the website and where they can find you.
NicoKitchenShop.com. That's NICKO kitchenshop.com. and use that promo code CP sent me for that 25% off discount.
Ooh, get a
That's
whole quarter off your
exclusive
shit.
to these followers right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you guys try my products, and I'm pretty confident that you're gonna love them.
I wanted to do 15% off. Nico was like, get them niggas a 25. I was like,
Yeah,
man,
I
we
gotta plug you in.
bam, BMF. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
50 boys. Well, thank you for coming on, Nico. I really appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate
We enjoyed
you.
it. We thank you for all of our snacks. I'm about to
Thank
be,
you.
man, what?
Yes,
I'm about to be
yes.
correct and erect. I know. But no. Also, yeah, man. I'm on the road, man. Shout out to Don't Tell Comedy. I got some shows on the road with them. Shout out to just my team, man. We put together a nice springtime, wintertime tour called Dark Side of the Moon. I think I'm gonna just extend it for the whole year. This whole year is my Dark Side of the Moon year. So, just I'm gonna have different color merch, yes, and yeah, man. Vegas, you up next? Wise Guys in Las Vegas, February 18th. Start getting those tickets now, man, because it'd be embarrassing. I'll be selling out of these shows, but not weeks before, and the clubs be nervous. Like, man, what the fuck's going on? What's he gonna do? It's like, bro, y'all gotta trust me. My people fuck with me. See, peeps, we be having to wait till we get our check most of the time. When you go see people, you gotta wait till you get your check.
Wait till that payday. No, I get
We
that.
gotta wait till that motherfucking
Yeah.
direct deposit hit. But
Oh, but
telling
Wise
y'all,
Guys, that's a
try to
cool
get them
venue.
tickets, man. Is it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
dope.
a real cool venue.
Wise
so the
Guys,
one that you
man.
at is in Town Square. So that's
Oh.
like there's two different ones. So you in the newer venue.
Yeah, see, brand new venue. It's called Wise
Yeah.
Guys. It's in Town Square.
Town Square
Vegas,
is nice.
we about to go crazy.
Mhm.
Come hang with us. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who ever been to my shows, you know, like, I'm not one of them standoff, stuck up niggas. Like, if you coughing and shit, don't fucking touch me. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, I fuck with everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? We can go gamble. You know what I'm saying? We can kick it, go smoke some weed, whatever, man. Like, I be fucking with my peeps, man. Don't kill me though. That's what made me not trust y'all. But
That's an over the line.
anyway,
that right there.
Maya, anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
This week or next, I'm doing my Twin Flames Rape My Cult, so watch out for that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I hate this cult only because I've had to deal with them so much.
Twin Flames, what is that?
Twin
Oh,
Flames
wait,
Universe.
Is that the one on Netflix? That
There's
has
a
that?
Netflix, the
Okay, 'cause I
Amazon.
watched that one. That's some trippy
Toxic.
shit. It's
Twin
crazy.
Flame always be like, man, if somebody blow my twin flame out, I'm out here still
changing
lit.
people's sexual
Yeah,
preferences.
yeah, they're doing conversion therapy and telling people you gotta become a man.
Yeah. Like, I could.
I ain't gonna lie, some of these
I can't
bitches is
believe
ugly
it
and you
still
need to be a
exists.
nigga. Flat out. Stop, bitch, you look like Benny Siegel. You need to go ahead, come over to the nigga side. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, who gonna say it but me? Some of you bitches is hit, and you might be a straight looking alright dude. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. No homo, or I mean, no homo on my part. But if you wanna be a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Come be one of these niggas with it. It's more to bury on the niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's weird when y'all turn into bitches. They be like, all right, man, we don't need all these tall ass, big back bitches. Come on, man, stop, man. God damn, big Kawhi Leonard hands ass bitches. But then we'll come be a nigga, man. Come fuck with us, man. We be chilling, smoking, come be kicking with the niggas in the garage. Come stand by the grill. It's always enough room to do some nigga shit. Come stand by the grill with us. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Put them titties away and come be a nigga. Anyway, we out this bitch. Smile at y'all. Amir, you want to plug something?
I got nothing to plug.
Man, all right, man. Amir's over there being dark. He's like, I ain't in the blood, man. You know, they're black clothes. Send Amir some black shit. If you got black stuff, send Amir all your black stuff, man. I guarantee you he will wear it. The blacker, the better. See, here's some shit that make him invisible. All right, we out this motherfucker, man.
All
Peace.
right, y'all. Peace.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
A legend.
That's right. Just got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Wilson. Hey.
How are you, black man?
I'm good, man.
Yes, sir. Congrats on. I'm black and highly favored. Congrats on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Thank you so much.
What did that mean to you?
It was basically a miracle for me because not far from where I got to star, maybe a block or so, that's where I was homeless. So it was like a miracle, full circle. You know, it's like, wow. It looked different down there because things has changed so many years ago. But and then when we went to the park to wait for them to get ready, for me to be ready, for them to be ready for me to come, I was like, oh wow, we're just right around the corner from the total experience where it used to be. And so I was like, wow, okay, so that's why I slept around the corner there. So, but anyway, it was a miracle. That's basically what I got to say. That's all I got to say, man.
Very emotional day that day, then.
Yeah, man. It was. Everybody came. Everybody that I sang with, they were all there. The lady who was on the commission of the Walk of Fame, Anna Martinez. She's like, I've never seen this many stars. Never ever seen this many stars show up for a guy that's getting a star.
Wow.
I said, well, I showed up for them.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
To sing with them, so they showed up for me. That was really a cool thing. Everybody was there, you know. Ye, Snoop, Don Toliver, Tyler the Creator, Ty
Dolla Sign.
Dollar Sign, Jimmy Jam and Terry. It was just so many. Only somebody to get a chance to make it was Pharrell and Pharrell was in Paris. I guess it's fashion show week.
Yeah.
What's the kid's name, Cuz?
Metro Boomin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the guy took me on tour with him.
Who? Oh, Bruno.
Bruno
Mars.
Mars.
Okay.
So he was flying in. He got the message late, and he said, "Wow, man, I'm sorry."
Who the fuck is that?
He got in. He had to get to Vegas because
His face looked like that.
But everybody else was there, man. It was amazing.
Do you have memories when you was homeless, like walking down that
Oh,
boulevard
yeah.
and looking at those stars?
Oh yeah, when the first time I saw the stars was before all of the hoopla and craziness. My first Gap Band's first album. I flew in to mix it at the record plant, and the single and the album, and of course Stevie Wonder was running late, getting out of there. He was still in there mixing something. Anyway, that was my first time meeting him, and we went to the piano. He sang, we sang together, and that was the first time I ever had met him. So, and you know, he was late. Come on to the piano, man.
How would Stevie know he late?
Man,
Somebody
Oh my God.
somebody told him. He don't use no time. He just he don't use time, you know. But he just do his thing. But anyway, we just went out there and had some fun together, and but when I was leaving, I remember looking down before I got there. I remember looking down at the stars. I was like, wow, because I was in front of the Chinese theater, and I was putting my hands in like that in front of the hands and the footprints and stuff like that. Then I walked and seen the stars. I was like, wow. Maybe one of these days, maybe I can get one of these. And somebody, a lady was saying, that's not impossible.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, but it's me. We didn't have no record album. Nobody. It's just like, and she said, it's not impossible. I said, I didn't say it was impossible. I'm just talking about me. getting one. I don't have a record out or nothing yet. She's like, I said, I'm talking about me. She said, I'm talking about you. You know, it just went through that whole little thing for a while. And I was like, wow, would it be cool if I could get one of these?
Yeah, you got one. Yeah. Do you feel like it took long? Do you feel like it took too long to get it?
Beautiful thing for me that day.
Do you feel like that? A lot of stars do feel like it takes, it takes so long for some people, certain people to get it. Do you feel like it took?
Oh yeah, everything that ever happened to me took a long time. They got thumbs. Everybody had a thumb. But it's all good.
Yeah.
You know, it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm blessed, and those who really thought they had a thumb on me or whatever, on my head or whatever, most of them died out. And the ones that everybody kept me away from, because they thought I was a disease or I was bad for the person, they all died from drugs.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm still alive and well.
Amen.
30 years later,
That's right.
still sober.
That's right.
Come on now.
Now, for most people that don't know, how did you get out from being homeless to back to where you needed to be? I mean, I read the story that you said a lot of your brothers and sisters that were homeless with you would protect you. They would make sure that they would hide you and get you the food. They said you were almost like Dracula. You almost came out in the night.
Oh yeah, I had to, because I didn't want nobody to see me the way I looked at the time, you know.
Yeah.
But the lady that was the doctor and at the rehab and the counselor, she's the one that bought me a house.
Someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on.
I got black kids.
That's what I said. I said, that baby's black.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Yeah. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Looking for a super offer on Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook have you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Shannon. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code Shannon. The crown is yours. Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. And the young lady that's stopping by for conversation and a drink today is one of the best loved comedians. She's one of the most decorated actors. She won an Oscar, a Golden Globe. She's a British Academy Film, Theater, and Arts Award. She's a Scripps Howard Guild winner, NAACP Image Award winner. She's been nominated for a Primetime Emmy and a Grammy. She's a talented host, executive producer, writer, and an author. A versatile entertainer, a famed Hollywood star, a powerful name in the industry, a veteran stand-up comedian, a mother, a wife, a legend. The one, the only, Monique.
Wow. No one does that better, baby.
Thank you.
Do it again. Say all that again, baby.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon
Come on now, put them damn cards down and read all that again. Oh, brother, thank you.
When we stop by, I want to toast you for your amazing career. Not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera and your stand-up career. Monique, thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me, brother Shay Shay.
Thank you. Better drink some water after that one.
Okay. Ooh, yes, indeed. Let me just say this before we start.
Yeah.
This right here,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk right to the sisters. One sip, Get you right there. Now I'm back to you, Shay. I'm back to you, baby. That's enough for me, baby. But oh, sisters, if you're trying to make up with your man, if you're trying to get pregnant, this right here, Shannon Sharp, one sip, take care of all your woes. Ooh, baby, that thing right there. Okay.
Monique, when you hear everything that I read on the card, what goes through your mind when you hear that?
What goes through my mind when I hear you read that? I'm humbled by that. I'm grateful for that. I've been allowed to share a gift, because that's what it is. But when you start reading that, there's a part that says, who is he talking about? And there's another part that says, I'm grateful that I was able to put that work in to achieve those things, but all with humility.
You said we were talking off camera. You said, I want to get something. There's something I want to share with you, and I need to get it off my chest early.
Because that's why I'm looking at you now. Like, why are you going into that? Because I told you we could not talk till I dealt with you.
Okay,
listen, okay. So let me say this to you. The day I watched Skip Bayless lose himself with you, and that's what he did. He lost himself. And when I watched Skip Bayless say to you, put them goddamn glasses back on, boy. Now, I know he didn't say goddamn and boy, but that's what everybody heard. And I was waiting for you to snatch his ass across that table, baby, and give it to him. I was like, Shannon, this is the perfect time. I don't condone violence.
Right.
I don't say be violent. But that day, I was in my feelings for 2 days. Me and my grandbaby could not watch you for 2 days. And my husband had to say, Mama, let's talk about this. Look at Shannon Sharp. He retired in 2004, but he could still get on that field and run touchdowns, tackles, everything. Had he snatched Skip Bayless across that table, he would have died in Shannon's arms that day.
Right.
So Brother Shay handled that right. Now we can talk. Okay? I just had to get that off of me because I know everybody around the world heard what I heard. No, he didn't say them words, but we heard it in his mind, and we was looking for you to say space and opportunity, Skip. Space and opportunity.
That's that B-more coming out of you.
You know what? That's your Aunt Mary coming out of me. That's your Aunt Mary coming out of me, baby.
I got an aunt named Mary Nell. Monique, you and her are a spitting image. I remember the very first time I saw you, and my sister and I, we were talking, and my sister looked at me, and I looked at her. I said, she's a spitting image of my Aunt Mary, and you are. You are. Hopefully we're going to put pictures up when we run this. So you're from Baltimore,
yes.
And I read everything that I read. When you were growing up in Baltimore, what did a young Monique want to be?
Just what I'm doing right now, baby.
You dreamed of this.
Just when I tell you, Shannon, from a little girl, I always wanted to be famous.
Okay.
Because I saw the Jackson 5.
Okay.
And I saw people screaming for them and hollering. And I'm like, damn it, I want them to scream and holler for me, but I couldn't sing.
Right.
But I knew somewhere I was going to be famous.
Right.
So I prayed to the universe, just let me be famous. I didn't understand what all came with that. As a little girl,
Right.
you just see the lights, the glamour, the glitz, and you fall in love with that. So that little girl fell in love with the lights, the glamour, and the glitz. That little girl fell in love with a woman named Oprah Winfrey on a local talk show in Baltimore called People Are Talking. And when I looked at that woman, Shannon, I saw me. I saw a big woman with a big head, big shoulders, and big feet. And I said, if that woman can do that, so can I. So that's what that little girl was thinking about from Baltimore.
Are you the type of person that if you see someone do something one time, that means it can be done again? Because you saw Oprah do it. You say, well, Oprah doing it, why can't Monique do it?
I think Oprah, when I saw her do it as a little girl, was a push. However, had I not seen Oprah, my dreams would have still been my dreams.
Okay.
But when you see somebody that's inside of that space, because how many big black women are on TV even now?
Correct.
So back then, you didn't see any big black women on TV that was doing it. So I think had I not seen her, I would have still wanted to do it. But seeing her, let me say, okay, it's possible. It's right there.
Right. What was Monique like as a little girl?
What you seeing right now, baby? Nothing. I just got, listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people in this industry don't like me, right?
Yeah.
They didn't like me as a little girl, Shannon. I'm so used to this shit. People didn't like me because I was going to tell it. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell on you. So what you're seeing right now is the same thing you're getting. They tried to fight my ass in the 12th grade, Shannon. They surrounded me, a group of them. okay, wanted to fight on me. Why? Because I told the truth.
What you tell?
I told Andre that was not Lamon's baby because that's what Lamont.
That ain't your place.
Let me tell. Wait a minute, Sugar, you gonna calm yourself down? Okay. Do you see Shannon losing himself with me? You better back that up, Shannon. Let me tell you something. Okay. I'm a person for right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And if you tell me something and you say, Monique, I've done something to somebody, but don't say nothing. Shannon, I'm gonna need you to fix that. Because if you don't fix it, I'm gonna have to tell that because it's wrong. So when she tells me this is not his baby, but I'm gonna tell him it's his baby, I can't let you do that. That's not right. So what I stand for is right. And I think where we run into a problem in our community, in our group, we get so caught in, well, that's not your place, but you see wrong happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you see wrong happening, what you do? Do you just stand back and say, that ain't my business? Or do you look and say, well, I knew that wasn't his baby, now the baby 21 years old, and he's trying to find his father.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? I'm asking you, what you gonna do?
Well, honestly, Monique, if somebody say, well, Shannon, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you this in confidentiality, and I don't want to go any further than me, you, and this table.
Yes.
It stays with me, him, and the table.
Well, let me say this, because I'm going to go back and forth with your ass, okay? I would say, before you tell me, did you hurt somebody?
Okay, yes.
Before you tell me, is this something that would make me question your character? Before you tell me, you got to be clear about what you get ready to tell me. Because if you're getting ready to tell me something, and I know that you've done something wrong, I know that you're wrong, and I not say anything. That's why people are allowed to keep harming people for years to come. See Harvey Weinstein?
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of people that knew what was happening.
But they felt it wasn't their place.
It wasn't
them.
Right, until it becomes you. So I think the moment we get into a space, and I was in the 11th grade at the time,
right.
Okay? But when we get into a space where we say, listen, if I know you're doing wrong, and I take a position that's not my place, eventually you will succumb to what you support.
What was your relationship with the young lady that told you this in confidentiality?
I'm not going to focus on, I was in 11th grade, now I'm 56, but when she told me, I told her, I'm going to tell. See, I'm that. I'm going to tell him what you said, so we clear. I'm going to tell him what you said, because that's not right.
Oh my goodness, Mo.
See, I think that's the problem that we're dealing with right now, Shannon.
Okay.
When we know something is wrong, everything Cat Williams said here and said,
right.
We all know it to be the truth. However, we get so caught up in, well, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Well, can you believe he said it? Or can you?
Or it's the messenger.
It's the messenger, baby. We get so caught up in the messenger that we'll overlook the message. People have a hard time hearing a 5'5" giant tell the truth. People have a hard time with a black woman over 200 pounds tell the truth, because people that look like us, we should just be grateful we got invited to the party. We should just be grateful that someone paid us attention. I've dealt with that my whole life. I've dealt with that. So when you get to a space where you say, listen, I want to be free. I want to be free. I don't want to walk around intimidated, scared, fearful. What might happen? What they gonna what they gonna say? What they gonna do? If it's your story and it's the truth, tell it. Because what you can do is be in a position to prevent it happening to someone else over and over and over again. So if I go back to the 11th grade with that sister who's no longer with us, rest her with that sister, I would do that again. Because if you tell me something and we know it's wrong, but you're going to pin that on somebody else, is that right?
No, it's not right.
And what would your Aunt Mary do?
Bad Monique, I swear, Monique.
You're not answering my question. What would your Aunt Mary do?
Well, she gonna tell it because she gonna tell anything anyway. So they probably don't have to tell her.
But that's why you love Aunt Mary, because Aunt Mary kept it in check.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't want to tell her,
Right.
she was gonna tell that baby, you know that's not your daddy.
Right.
We're not gonna play like that. You love Aunt Mary.
I do. The uniqueness of your name, M-O hyphen. Most of the time, Monique is a singular. It's not M-O hyphen. What was that like? Because people say, oh, you trying to be different. You trying to be bougie. You know good well you spell your name Monique like everybody else spell Monique.
I do. That's my stage name. When I'm not on stage, my name is M-O-N-I-Q-U-E. When I'm on stage, it's M-O-N-I-Q-U-E. That's just entertainment.
Did you ever think about changing it to the hyphen?
No. On stage is one person, off stage is somebody different. And sometimes we get the two mixed up.
Right.
On stage, I am an entertainer.
Right.
Off stage, I'm a wife, I'm a mommy, I'm a friend, I'm a sister, I'm these different people, but I keep that stage on the stage.
How much of stage is actually Monique?
That's good, Shay. That's good. All of the stage is Monique, but there are certain things Monique's gonna say on stage that she wouldn't say off the stage. There are certain things on that stage, you know, there have been people that said, oh, she cussed so much. Oh, I'm a performer, I'm an entertainer, and I'm on stage. But no one will ever find an interview of me doing what I do on stage in an interview like I'm having with you. It's two different things.
Right. What type of student was Monique? I read that you were in, I don't know if this is the correct way, but you were in the class that...
The slower one.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you had a...
Say it, baby, now. I want you to
You want me to
spell it out.
How about this here?
Hey.
You got 2 naps. You had 2 recesses.
Okay.
You stayed in the same class.
Okay, but I did not wear a helmet.
Okay.
Now, since you want to go there, I did not have to wear that helmet, baby.
So,
yes.
Mon, as I sit here with you today, you didn't all of a sudden become this advanced. Why were you in that class?
I'm not gonna play with you, Shannon. Okay, some of them damn words Cat was using, I was like, what? I said, oh, he's sucking it to him. You know, I never connected with school because I always felt like it wasn't adding up. So when you're trying to teach me about the Boston Tea Party, but people that look like me is at the bottom of the boat, I can't connect to what you're saying. I never connected to, because I always felt like something was off. When they were teaching me about history, we were always the savages, and we were always the bad people, and then you saw these white people be all the heroes, and as a little girl, I said, something's not adding up. So I don't look at that as a bad thing. I just didn't connect with it. It made no sense to me.
So you never had a problem with learning, but the disconnect was what they was teaching and what you actually saw. You like, what you teaching me is not what I actually see.
You know what, Shannon? It's a combination.
Okay.
It was a combination, okay? I wasn't grasping it and I didn't believe it. So it's a combination. And when you have a child that is full of energy and is sitting in a classroom that is closed in all day long, and you're trying to tell me all that I'm not. It just did not add up to me. It just did not make sense to me. So there's no shame to it. When people say, was you in a soul class? Yeah. You know, we colored.
So when you...
Hey, baby, we colored. But don't overlook what you don't think is the package supposed to be.
Right.
See, again, we come back to the messenger. Nobody thought that I would be. And I'll go to my family. Like, nobody thought, not the fat one. She's not going to be the one, not her. So I've been used to people doubting and counting me out. And for me, as that little girl, it's like one day, and that one day is right here.
Even your family. So how was your family? How was your brothers and sisters? Because I mean, look, I got a brother and sister, and you know. We joke with each other, and I can imagine if the situation were, if one of us was in those classes, we gonna get them jokes off, Monique. It is what it is.
No one paid enough attention. Like no one paid enough attention because though we lived in a household together, we were very individual. So no one even paid attention to what was really going on, and to include my parents. And that's not a victim story. That's not, oh, what was me? It's just what it was. So it wasn't like, oh, you dummy. The jokes were always fat. They were always fat jokes. Well, okay, so I'm so used to that. But
Are you the only one in your family that's
baby, the only one that sneaks snacks. I'm the only one that'll sneak them damn snacks, Shannon. I'm the only one. Yes.
So what would you say your relationship then and now was with your family?
Well, my relationship now with my family, they're my biological family, and I wish them well. Here's the thing. I watched you do I think it was like a little clip, and they were talking about interracial dating.
Yes.
And you said, why would somebody stay where they're miserable?
Right.
That applies everywhere, Shannon. It just doesn't apply to that, especially in our community. We've been taught, take care of your family, make sure, well, there are some families that deserve it, and there are some families that you have to say, listen, I'm so glad we had this time together. And that's it. That's where I am with mine. I wish all of them the best, but that's what it is. So even as I sit here with you now, with all that's going on in Hollywood and all of the stuff I had to go through, I've already been through it with people that you call your family. And I have to say, you know what? That has to just wash off when I know what I'm standing in and what I'm standing on.
You're absolutely right, Monique. My grandmother used to always tell us, she'd say, son, teeth and tongue may fall out, but family never should. And she stood on that. No matter what transpired in the family, no matter how bad someone had treated you, you should never fall out. But hearing you say that's different, because just because we're blood, that doesn't mean we're family through blood, but sometimes it's somebody on the outside that's not blood that's actually closer to family than the actual biological.
We've been taught to say trauma is okay. We've been taught to say you mistreated me, you abused me, you violated me, you disrespected me, you belittled me, but I'm supposed to look at you at Thanksgiving and say, how you doing, Unc? That's what we've been taught. You swallow that pain. That's why people have such a problem with Cat Williams. People have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. And that causes a ruckus, and you would say, why are people upset with the truth? When you hear Steve Harvey say, there are repercussions when you tell the truth. Well, remember when we were children? What would your grandmother tell you?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, because if not, there will be what? Repercussions.
Right.
Well, now it's got turned around. When you tell the truth, there'll be repercussions. So what's the opposite of that? Should I tell a lie and get a reward? So that's how we're rolling right now. That's how we're dealing with one another right now. So when it comes to family and people saying, oh, Monique, how could you? Listen, I want to live the rest of this journey that I have in peace. I want to be with my family, in love with my man, he in love with me. We watch our babies grow and develop their own families. I don't need anything in the midst of that, because you family, that I should accept that trauma. I should accept you not taking accountability for what you've done, what you've said, and we just washed the slate. That's why we're in the position we are now as a community, as a black community, as a community in entertainment. Everybody's been so afraid to say, look what they did to me. Look what they said. And it's like, oh, well, listen now, we don't want to ruffle no feathers, especially if the messenger doesn't fit what people should think the messenger is supposed to look like.
Right.
And we keep repeating history, Shannon.
Is it a situation, Monique, where people look and say, well, you made it thus far, well, it couldn't have been that bad? Because if it has been as bad as you say it is, Monique, how would you have ever gotten out of B-More? How would you have ever gotten into Hollywood? How would you ever have a talk show? How would you ever be on a sitcom? So how is it that bad, Monique, and you end up like this?
You know when you first got in the NFL?
Yes, ma'am.
Your eyes were like this.
Yes.
And it was, oh, I made it, I'm here.
Right.
And then after you start getting in it, and you started seeing things, and you started feeling things, and now your eyes start getting a little closer because now you're understanding what the business is.
Right.
So when you first walk through the door, you're walking through the door saying, come on, baby. Oh, this is all I've ever prayed for. And when my baby Cat Williams sat here and said, no one's ever gone out to LA and got a sitcom like that. I was in LA for 3 months. And here comes a show called The Parkers. And there we go from there. It took off from there. So I think that when people say if it was so bad, you mature. You begin to understand what you're dealing with.
Right.
You begin to understand what you're in the midst of. And once you understand it is when you can speak on it.
Right.
But before you really know what you're looking at, how do you speak on that?
Right.
Because when you first walk in the door of Hollywood, you have everybody telling you, oh my goodness, you're going to be amazing. Oh my goodness, this is going to be incredible. Well, that's all you know.
That is all you know.
Yes.
But you're so happy to be here.
Yes.
And you're like, okay.
When I listen to your story, you say dirt poor.
Yes.
Bathroom outside.
Yes.
It was, we had to make it work however we can make it work.
Correct.
And then you get that first big check.
Yes.
And you think the people that gave it to you was awesome because they gave it to you. And it's more money than you've ever seen before until you find out this ain't the right money. This ain't the right amount. Wait a minute. If they got this, why am I getting this? Then you start putting the pieces together and you start saying, it's not right and I'm going to speak about it. See, when I saw Taraji broken on those platforms, it was painful to watch. However, Taraji and I had a conversation over a decade ago.
Yes.
In my trailer when I was doing the Monique show. And she said, you know, you got to keep on getting it until your turn comes. And I said, Taraji, most of us die before our turn comes. We got to ask for it right now. Now, I understand that because there was a time I felt the same way.
Exactly.
Because that's what I was told.
Right.
You just keep going and we'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. We'll get them the next time. And the next time never comes. And then you see our sister broken, sitting on those platforms. Now, when I said it,
why didn't it get the traction when you said it that when she said it? Now all of a sudden everybody is coming, and I don't have a problem. I'm glad.
Yes.
But if you said this a decade ago, and I remember you saying it over a decade ago, why didn't it get the traction? Why didn't it get the support? Why wasn't it propped up when Monique said it?
I think there's a few reasons why. Number one, it was the messenger. I should just be grateful I got invited to the party. You a big fat black woman. How dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
You're very specific.
These are our heroes. How could you say their names out loud? Because they're the ones that did it. And if I don't say it out loud, now you see a woman that is swallowing that pain, that is so stressed out. Then you see our sister Taraji P. Henson sit on that platform. And I love that baby because she's a beautiful spirit. But to see her that broken, what our community was saying was, we have a hard time, some of us, we have a hard time seeing a strong black woman with her back straight and her chin up and a strong black man standing by her side. We have a hard time accepting that. But we can accept seeing a black woman broken. Now it's really serious because she's falling apart. Our community had a hard time with those two things. And when I would hear people say, why is her husband there? Why is he there? It's a sad day when we're questioning why a black man would stand with his black woman. So when you hear black women saying we're the most undervalued, disrespected, underserved, mistreated, violated, exploited, we get all of that. Then you see a black man standing with his black woman saying, not on my watch. And you hear some black men saying, why her husband gotta be there? We're in a sad state of affairs when we begin to question black love and black unity. So they didn't want to hear me, some of them, because of what I look like, because I spoke about their heroes, and because they saw that man standing right there strong.
Did they question the validity? Because we had never seen this before. Not so public, not so present.
Yes.
Did they question you and his relationship?
Me and my husband?
Yes.
When you say question,
what it's like?
Because they did, but I want to understand what.
Because, okay, did they think that was your husband, or what was he, your manager? Because he's been everything. He's your lover, he's your manager, he's your confidant.
Name him.
He's the father.
Come on, name him.
Whatever it is, he's all encompassing.
Yes.
He's a toolbox with all the tools that Monique needs.
All of them.
And so when I heard people saying that, why is he there? Why does he have to be in every interview? Why does he have to be in the background? Why can't Monique do that? Why not?
Why not? Why not? And that's when you see, and these are my sisters, but when you see Taraji, when you see Viola, when you see our sisters speaking out, you never see their representation sitting right there with them. You never see them saying, listen, we got to fight together.
Right.
My husband is also my manager, which is my representation.
Right.
But again, we've been so beat down that some of us have a problem with this black man saying, I'm standing right here strong, and I will not flinch and I will not budge. What a sad state of affairs we are now in, where you have people that look like you and I that would question why this man is standing there. That for the life of me is disheartening. When we heard Brother Malcolm say, we've been run amok, we've been hoodwinked, we're now doing it to ourselves. We're now doing it to ourselves. So when you say, Monique, it was different, because we had never seen that before, you said their names. Let me say this, I'm not the first one.
Right.
I'm not the first one, but we get washed away in history so easily that we start thinking, oh, this is the first one, this is the first one. Her name is Claudette Colvin. And she's not the first one, but she was before Rosa Parks. But because Claudette Colvin did not fit the picture that they thought she should look like, she was dark-skinned and she had coarse hair. And because the organization, I believe it was the NAACP, did not think she would be accepted by the white people. They had to get somebody that they said the white people could accept. We keep repeating the same thing because what I said is no different than what anyone else is saying. Not at all.
Right.
It was the messenger. And it was the way that I'm not putting my head down. I'm not shedding one tear. I'm not going to say, I don't want to say their name because I might get in trouble. I'm going to say all of it.
Right.
Because when you really think about that little girl coming behind you, what I don't ever want that baby to see is me broken. I don't want her to see me falling apart. And I understand it. I understand how it can happen, Shannon, when you may not have a foundation at home, when you may not have that man at home or that woman at home, whomever, that support person saying you're not crazy. I got you. Come on. We're going to go through this. We're going to get through this. So for us, if we start taking things for what they are and get out of our emotions, we will be so far along.
Do you believe punishment? Punishment is not only meant for the perpetrator, but it's also to deter others from said acts.
You see it.
Do you believe the punishment that was bestowed upon Monique was not only to punish you, but to deter others from saying what you said?
Well, Shannon, see here, and I'm going to answer that. But sometimes we act like we don't know our history. See, back in the day, when they had us in chains, they would beat one real good.
Right. But
They
in
let
front of the others.
In front of the others, and they let everybody know what you don't want is that type of ass whooping.
Right.
So what they said was, we're gonna beat Monique really good. We're gonna sit her down. And I made it public. Financially, my family took a hit, Shannon. And when I tell you we took a hit,
right.
We took a hit. So when you see our sister go through that, you see her go through, and we act like our eyes didn't see what it saw when we watched that promotion happen with The Color Purple.
Right.
We wanted to act like we didn't see how Oprah Winfrey treated Taraji. In my humble opinion, when you saw her walk up, you saw that there was tension. You saw that there was something happening.
Right.
And then when you see Taraji write her a love letter, it's like, listen, we gotta stand tall and stand strong on what we know. We know you were mistreated. We know it wasn't right. We know it was unfair. And then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because that allows Lady O to keep on doing what she's doing, and we're in a position of, I don't want to say nothing because we saw how Monique got whooped. Now again, that's just my humble opinion. But I don't know I don't know how else to frame that. It's like, listen, you better fix that because you saw what they did to her. You saw how they treated her.
Is it a situation, do you believe it's a situation that Oprah might have faced something similar that maybe wasn't as public as you? And she's looking at it, well, if I faced that, went through it, and came out on the other side and look at me, it should be okay. Because sometimes we get that with parents. You know, I struggle. You say my kids should have to struggle sometimes also. Do you think that might be something going on with her? Or you just like, there's a disconnect?
There's a disconnect.
Okay.
There's a disconnect, and there's been a disconnect for years. There's a disconnect. And I think what happens is we place people on these pedestals, and we say, oh no, you can't do no wrong. We don't even want to hear it.
Right.
And when you hear cats say, you know what they do? They don't say anything and they act like it didn't happen. I'm going to keep talking until you take accountability.
Right.
Until you say, Uncle, I've done this. That's why it was so important. From Oprah Winfrey to Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels. Now, Lee Daniels was the only one I had to deal with. Did you see Lee Daniels apologize? He walked out on that stage. Not only did he apologize on stage, that man apologized to our children. That man apologized to our children and said, I need to apologize for what I put y'all through. He's the only one I had to deal with. However, it became a problem with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry, that I wouldn't do something and work for free. Now, when you say, well, maybe Oprah feels like she came through it, why can't you? Well, there's a story with Oprah Winfrey when she was on the show, People Are Talking. Richard Sher was making $55,000. She was making $22,000. These are her words. It was her co-host. She said, I had to leave because they wasn't paying me fairly. Now you say a black woman who did nothing wrong, and you're in the midst of this situation because she called me, Tyler Perry called me, Lionsgate called. When you were on the phone with my husband, you said, I agree with Monique. I agree with the position she's taking. But when it came time to say it out loud, Oprah Winfrey went totally silent. Now, to Tyler Perry's credit, Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on. Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied. Only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm going to say that, right? Now here's where, when you did that interview with Kat, I could respect how you do it. Because Kat said, you let them people lie in your face. And your response was, Kat, I don't know if they're lying or not.
Right.
Because I can only take them at their word.
At their word.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying? What did you hear that man saying?
He said it.
What did he say?
So I technically don't need to.
Monique, you know you're not supposed to be recording people.
No. Let me back up.
Okay.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a black woman really gets the kick in the ass. Had I not recorded Tyler Perry, then it would have been my word against his. And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Right.
Well, now I have him on audio, which is legal to do where we live.
Right.
Okay? We have him on audio. And do you know what some people then said? Why would you record him? Just like you sat there and said, you know it's illegal to... But did you hear what the man said? I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
Is he gonna make he's gonna compensate you for that?
I want you to look in your camera.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to Tyler Perry because you heard what that man said. So ask him, will he compensate my family for that?
Tyler, will you come on Club Shay Shay and let's have a conversation about the fair compensation for what transpired between you and Monique? You can sit right here and she's sitting right here and you and I can have a conversation.
And we'll do you one better. And give me 5 on that, baby. We'll do you one better, Shay. My husband and I'll sit right next to him. See, with this whole situation, and some of the people that Kat talked about, ironically, I have this issues with those same people. There were people that reached out to Tyler Perry on my behalf.
Okay.
And I was grateful for that. Okay? There was Al Sharpton, the Reverend Al Sharpton, civil rights leader.
Yeah.
I sent him that audio. He listened to it. He said, baby, what that man did to you was wrong, and you're like my daughter. And we're going to have to get him to fix that.
Right.
We didn't hear from Al Sharpton for 6 months. The next time we saw Al Sharpton, he was on a podium talking about we don't need to fly commercial because we can fly Tyler Perry's private jet. I said, that's why maybe I'm not hearing back from him. Okay? Then we had our beautiful sister, Stephanie Mills.
Yes.
Okay? Who is, she don't play,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I told her what happened, sent her the audio. Now, I don't know if she listened to that audio or not, but however, she called Tyler Perry. She said, Monique, Tyler Perry does not want to revisit this. Okay, fine.
Right.
While we're on the phone, Tyler Perry calls her back and says, I will meet with Monique, but not with her husband. Now, you ready for this?
Yeah.
And then Monique has to apologize publicly to say Oprah and I had nothing to do with messing up her career.
But that'd be a lie.
Look in the goddamn camera.
I thought that was a stage the way you...
Look in the camera.
Yes.
Because you heard it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when you hear what this man is saying, so I said, Stephanie, tell Tyler Perry never will I meet with him without my husband. And I owe no apology, so I'm not going to give one. That goes away. Kevin Hart. Now, you know when Cat Williams said gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, you're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister. Okay? Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, I don't really know Oprah, but I'm going to reach out to Tyler. Appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. Let's move past that, Mo. Let's do some great things together. Don't even worry about it. Whatever y'all want to do, I will partner with you. I'll executive produce with you. You just let me know what you want to do. Now, let me say that before we go any further because I want to make sure I give Kevin Hart his proper credit. When my family was up against the wall, Kevin Hart wrote us a check and said, here you go. We're forever grateful for that. When we were able to give it back, we said, brother, we appreciate you with some interest on top, because I don't ever want nobody to think, me and my husband. So I want to make sure I put that out there. That brother really helped us out when we needed to be helped out. Then when he came back with, I got you, I didn't ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, I'll executive produce, I'll partner with you. I said, good shit, Kevin, because we're in the deal with Endemol, and we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world, right? And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, Kevin Hart said, whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner, executive use. They was like, oh, this is incredible, because when you put Kevin Hart's name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, we just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky. And Dave Becky said, Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. You know, he doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique.
So what changed between the 2 weeks and plus he gave you a check, you gave the money back, then said he would partner with you, executive produce, whatever you need, Mo, hey, we got you. So what transpired, or what do you think transpired between then, that 2 week period?
Well, as soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager, David Becky, said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol, and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now. I said, wait a minute. Are you okay, though, with this white man calling them up? Getting in between our relationship after something you said. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication, and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication. That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again. So that's what we're faced with. When you allow somebody to come in between a relationship with a woman that you said, I'm like your mother. You said I'm like these things. I didn't ask you for that. So everything that baby was saying sitting here, everything he was saying was on the up and up, because when you hear people say, get the anger out your heart. Oh, man, no one's saying he's lying. No one ever said I was lying. It's so easy to discount and devalue because of what we look like.
Right.
However, when it comes to Tyler Perry, I will not allow you to discount or devalue, because that is your voice on that audio. Remember on Good Times when Penny's mother was whooping up on her, and she had recorded it? That's you on tape. So how does it go from you saying you're going to give me an apology to now I owe you an apology?
But what do you want an apology for?
What could I possibly owe you an apology for when you've admitted? See, when Lee Daniels says to me, because Cookie from the show Empire, I was offered that role. Now Taraji tore it up, baby. Listen here. However, I was offered that. Then Felita called me back and say, baby girl, they said you're too difficult to work with. But you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbert I was difficult to work with. Do you see how that cost my family?
Yes.
And with no accountability? Because, oh, it's the great Tyler Perry? No, you've got to be accountable for that. Oprah Winfrey, you've got to be accountable for the things you've done with my family. You've got to be accountable for that.
Is there any relationship between you and Tyler and you and Oprah currently?
No.
But I thought there was an apology. I read I read somewhere that Oprah had issued you an apology and Tyler had issued an apology. That's not correct.
No.
The only person that's given you an apology.
You saw it. It's Lee Daniels. That's the only person. So we are in a place where we're too afraid to call them for what it is. We're too afraid to say, if it looked like a duck and it quacked like a duck, what is it, Shannon? It's a duck.
Right.
So again, you see the struggle of the black woman as I'm sitting here talking to you, and you say, Mo, but why would you record him? But you heard the man violate me. The first thing wasn't, I can't believe that cat did that to you. It's, why would you do it? And we understand it.
Right.
Because we've been conditioned that way.
Because when you had to get somehow, because when you're telling people these are lies, nobody is believing Monique. So now, even though you have him record his voice, and that's him, and he's saying he made it up, now it's no longer, oh man, I can't believe he lied on Mo. Mo, why'd you record it? So now they put the onus back on you.
Where's the win? How do we win? How does a black woman win when you say, here he is right here? And I look to the community and say, how long do we allow us to keep being exploited, used up, taken advantage of, and because we think somebody can give us an opportunity, we just say, shh, I'm not going to say nothing. If we keep operating like that, Shannon, you're going to have a whole lot of us sitting right here in this same seat, almost telling the same story.
Why do you think Tyler is afraid to meet with you and your husband? Why does it need to be you one-on-one when he meets with other representatives and their client? What is it about you that he feels it needs to be just you and he? Does he think your husband is some kind of negative influence on you? He thinks the husband is saying things that Monique probably wouldn't say if I just had an opportunity to talk to her one-on-one. What do you think that is?
Let me say this. People better be glad my husband is by my side. Because there are people in Hollywood that know wherever you act up is where I show up. People know in Hollywood, baby, Shannon, and I don't say it with a badge of honor, it's just what it is. Well, I've had to say, who you think you talking to? And we sitting there with the president of the studio or the... My patience level is not going to allow. I've been molested. I've been violated. So the moment I see you trying to do it, we're going to have to address it. My husband is nothing but a gentleman. And you know why people have a problem with my husband? Because he's right to it. There's no we're going to dance around the bush. He's right to it.
Right.
And people like Tyler Perry, people like Oprah Winfrey, they look at my husband and say, how dare you be so direct? How dare you not put your eyes down when you're talking to me? How dare you do that? My husband is also my manager. Why would he want to exclude my management? It's like, Tyler, you should want my husband to be there. You may want him to be sitting right there so that way we can have a conversation that everyone can be heard. But I appreciate you, Shannon, because most people are too afraid. That's heard the tape. They're too afraid to say, no, I heard it, and this is what he said. I appreciate T.S. Madison. Because T.S. Madison was the first one to say, no, I heard what he said. So when folks were trying to jump on her, she not down for the black woman, listen, baby, y'all don't even understand the fights that sister be having when ain't nobody watching for the black woman.
Right.
So I appreciate you looking in that camera.
Right. Well, I mean, look, sometimes there's some black people, some, not all, some, that my grandfather used to say, Mo, is that if you're not careful, you'll become the very thing you despise the most in a person. Now, what do we despise most about Trump supporters, ex-President Trump? Is that no matter what he says, no matter what he does, they give him an out. There's some people in our community, no matter what powerful black people say or do in our community, we'll give them an out.
And we can't.
And we become the very thing we despise the most. What we despise most about President Trump's, ex-President Trump supporters is that no matter what he does or says, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
We can't do that. We can't. If somebody's wrong, like you said, Mo, if somebody's wrong, we have to be man or woman enough to say they're wrong, regardless of what comes along with that.
They don't know. They don't understand what them saying I'm sorry will mean for them. See, when I read...
Because that's not for you. And I'm sorry, it's not for the person that you offended. It's for you. Because currently you're in hostage. Your feelings. Because you have to live with that.
You got to live with that.
What you've done.
So when you see a woman say, me turning 70, I'm so happy because I've never hurt anyone.
Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to keep the pod playing, but I will be right back.
Stop it. Stop it. Because there's a black woman that has been calling your name for over a decade that you seem to want to make go away. And I know I'm not the only one.
Would you sit, if Oprah called Mo today, would you sit down and have a conversation with her?
Let me tell you what I'll do if Oprah called me today, Shannon Sharp. We will sit down and have a conversation with Oprah Winfrey. We will sit down and have a conversation with Tyler Perry. We will sit down and have a conversation with the presidents of Lionsgate. We will sit down and have a conversation with anyone that is I'm gonna say brave enough to sit down and have a conversation. But what happens is within seconds, if Tyler Perry was to sit right here, you would say, man, I heard you. What you trying to tell me about this system? Within seconds, Oprah Winfrey would know that people would say, hold up. See, when I speak about Oprah Winfrey, and let me be clear, I love that sister because she's our sister. She just got to come back across the street. We got the light on. When I speak about Oprah Winfrey, I speak about that woman because she's spoken about me. And when you begin to speak about me privately, I'm going to speak about you publicly. You've been unfair. You've been unjust. And you watched a black woman be thrown under the bus, and you said nothing. And here's what's interesting as well. My husband was saying to me, after I won the Oscar award, right? And she had the people come, to talk to the Oscar winners. And I go on the stage and I talk to the Oscar winners. Well, when we go to a commercial, the people in the audience, and I say this humbly, as my husband was telling me. He said, Mama, they wasn't screaming Oprah. They were screaming Monique, right? So much so, I had to say, y'all gonna shut that shit up now. We get ready to go back on the air. We having fun, right? He said, but I watched Oprah. He said, I watched her almost turn in her seat like they screaming her name. Now some people will say, oh, Monique, you're reaching. Well, let me tell you what then happens. The movie The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique the Butler. But as he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother. So as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying, why don't we sit down and have a conversation? Because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look, Oprah. Just the way you would have my family on your show, Oprah.
One might say, Mo, well, I mean, if the role is they're looking for a black,
Big, go ahead and say it. Shannon's so careful with his words. He want to say fat black woman. If the role looking for a fat black woman, Mo, but he was like,
I want to keep my podcast, Mo. Y'all ain't finna cancel me.
This is why we love you, Uncle Shay Shay, because we want you to say it, a fat black woman. Now, me and Oprah fit the damn description, Shay. Fat black. Don't we fit it?
You do. But I'll be right back in the building. I'll be your neighbor up there where you live at.
Listen here. So, are you lying?
No.
Now, I'm not going to have your big ass sitting here in the Hall of Fame and you scared to say shit.
Okay.
And I want to excuse myself for any of the babies that might be watching this, because I wasn't going to say no spicy things. But Shay Shay get me wrong now. Come on, Shay.
One might say, or people might say, well, Mo, I mean, the role calls for a heavyset black woman. You, Oprah, y'all fit the role.
Yes.
How do we know that she wasn't offered the role along, and people think that she's better or more qualified than you?
It don't work like that, Shannon. You can't offer me. Once you say, I want you.
Right.
That's what it is.
Okay.
But I don't have the money to fund a production.
Right.
I don't have the connections to go to the studio and say, listen, I want to do this movie. She does. So when Lee says, hey, baby, she got the money. Go get it. But someone would just say, how is that working out like that? How is that happening like that? How is it that things that was offered to Monique, you seem to be playing? Now, I told Oprah about that. See, everything we're saying to you right now.
You was having a conversation with her.
Listen here. I don't play the behind the back. I don't play the I'ma share it with Shannon. There's one thing I will share with you that I've not shared with anybody. But I don't play the behind the back and all of that. I say, listen, let me try to get to you first. Now, if you avoid me, okay. But I tried to be respectful. I tried to call you first. When she had my family on her show, I tried to call you first. I tried to talk to you privately, but then you became the great mighty Oprah Winfrey, and you were too busy to talk. Well, now I'm going to talk about it. This woman has overstepped with me in so many ways that somebody would say, if we wasn't Monique and Oprah Winfrey in the entertainment business, and we was Monique and Oprah Winfrey that worked at Costco, I see you in the break room. I see you at your cash register. Because she's overstepped.
Wow. So, I don't know, Monique. This might be the term crossing of the Rubicon. We might be going too far. If you feel that way, because clearly if you feel this way. Now, yes. I get why you feel this way. I don't know, like I said, I don't know this. I'm taking you at your word. Now, not the Tyler, because yes. I've listened to the audio.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about Oprah.
Yes.
I'm just taking you at your word.
Yes.
If you feel this way, is it possible she feels the exact same way about you?
How could she? How could she? What have I taken from Oprah? When did I have Oprah's mother and father on my show? When did I have anybody come and speak about Oprah Winfrey on the Monique show? That's never happened, so how could she feel that way?
Would you have done that?
Had her family on?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how we operate. When we had the Monique show, there was a comedian on there. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to joke T.I.'s wife, Tiny. My husband walked out in the middle of his set. He said, cut. He said, brother, we don't do that here. We uplift our folks. Mm-hmm. We don't play that. So no, I would not have done that. When Oprah Winfrey had my family, and I'll tell y'all, and I'm looking around, baby, because there are people here.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't want to be rude to the people at Shay Shay's club. You got other people in the club, mm-hmm. right? When Oprah Winfrey called me up, and she said, I got a call from your brother. And this is after I won the Oscar award, mm-hmm. right? And your brother wants to come on the show, and he wants to apologize to you for molesting you. And he wants to tell other people how to look out for a predator.
Right.
I said, Oprah, I don't want anything to do with that cat. I said, and then she said, well, if you want me to scratch the show, I will scratch it. I said, sis, don't scratch it because he could be a different person. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get in the way if that cat is a different person. I just don't want no parts of it.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. When I hung up that phone, Shannon, I was like, I appreciate that sister. Like, she didn't have to call me.
She did?
She didn't have to call me and say, I'm going to have your brother.
Right.
I start seeing commercials with my mother and my father and my other brother who used to be my manager, who knew the fear that I had with the brother that was up on stage, right? We never talked about my mother being there.
She never told you that.
You know how you feel about your grandparents?
Yes, absolutely.
You know the honor and how you speak about them?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you then seeing your granddaddy and your grandmama on a show, and they're talking about somebody that violated you, and that woman didn't tell you that they were going to be there. How would you feel?
I would feel like you felt betrayed.
That is exactly how I felt and how I feel. And it's not, no, I understand it. But you betrayed me, sister. And I'm not the only one.
Because at the time when she called you, she said it was just your brother.
Just my brother. And when my mother was on that show, do you know what I had to deal with, Shannon?
What's that?
I would be in the store, and I would have elderly women coming up to me, and they would say, your mama ain't shit.
Wow.
Now, they wasn't lying, Shannon, okay? They wasn't lying, baby. Sometimes you gotta let the truth be the goddamn truth. Sometimes you got to just go with it, but still, it's my mother. And I'm in here, and because when she went, I'm having to defend something, and I got that often with them telling me what my mother wasn't, because you did not tell me. Had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm gonna have your mama, I'd have said, shut that shit down. I don't need nobody seeing my mama be greedy. I don't need the world seeing, shut it down. Now there's a white woman named Barbara Walters. They called her first. And she said, Monique, I told your family, I can't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you. You just won that award. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah, I mean, you're here. Why would I bring something that I know that you don't want to talk about? You lived it. Why do I need to replay it again?
Ask her. Your camera right there.
I was trying to.
I know, baby, but ask her. See, this is where it gets juicy, right?
Yeah.
Because you're saying the right things, but you're asking me questions that I can't answer.
Right.
I can't answer why Oprah Winfrey did what Oprah Winfrey did.
Yeah.
Only Oprah Winfrey can answer for her actions.
Yes.
So again, stop being scared.
No, I'm.
I knew that would get him on there. I knew that would pop him back in, baby. I knew that would get him a shake.
But even this show, I have a producer and I give him a lot of leeway. But I've had people reach out and say, well, a family member said something and I want to come on your show and refute it. That ain't what we do here.
Right. It's like,
It ain't gonna happen.
it's almost, you don't cross that barrier.
We don't do the family thing.
You don't do the family thing. And I'm gonna bring this up. I wasn't gonna do it. But damn it, this seat.
You might want to have another
Look, this seat make you go, truth, tell it. Oh, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because family is sacred.
It's supposed to be.
And we don't cross the line with family. And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability.
All right, I'm back. We about to get back to the build. Once I finish with these pedals, I probably call it a stream though, because I got to get to some gameplay. But don't go nowhere just yet, because we ain't going nowhere just yet.
Ability. I won't let it go.
What?
Because. What was you getting ready to say?
I was going to say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that. Do I know DL say like I know Earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Cat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred,
Right.
Family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
Correct.
Right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forth, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather. Okay? Now,
Monique, you should have said I'm too old for this game.
Wait a minute, we're having fun, baby. Right? We having a good time, Shannon. Okay, I mean, it's the sister there and there's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful Black Unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
That's why I look like
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family,
Absolutely.
right? Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. DL. I'm going to call my brother. I call D.L. Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's gonna be calling. Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right? Hey, DL. Yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like, stupid. Like, ask me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist, so it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started, okay? It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew D.L. Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cat said they all a group, he forgot to put D.L. Hughley in the group. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'ma see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. D.L. Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign. The memo was saying this is what I would like, but the contract is saying this is what it is. Okay? He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different, because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get, okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
D.L. Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30, because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that. You told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back. Because that's fair play.
Right.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.
I'm a firm believer, Mo, that everybody don't play the same. And someone once told me, what is joke to you is death to someone else.
What is What is joke? That's why we don't play with people's families. When we had the Monique show, the radio show, listen, you can't come on here and speak ill of no one because we don't play like that, because we know how this business works. So when you allow that to happen, what do you think is going to come back your way? What do you think? And D.L. Hughley, please, no, brother, we still love you. Just take accountability for it, and we move forward.
I remember reading something about the situation in Detroit. I didn't know the depth of the magnitude of it. I remember reading something about a memo about, I guess it's an addendum that was added on, but the contract is the contract.
The contract is the contract, and what happens is because of the messenger, it was easy to pile on. It was easy to pile on, and then when you have some of our black folk that go sit in front of a white man and speak ill of their people, I'm like, y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we coming to that we're going to sit in front of this white man? I can't even say his name. I refuse. Everybody know who he is. We sit in front of him and we just let this man say any and everything about us, and then we go right in with him. Now see, that to me is dangerous. And y'all babies that's good with this little computer, don't take my word. You can just go through the years of this cat just running his mouth. And it's like, stop doing that, because what are we saying to the babies coming behind us?
We're going to continue this, but I want to get into where you're from, the DMV.
Yeah.
Do you realize, like Chappelle, Martin, Tommy Davis, Earthquake, yourself, what's in the soil in the DMV that got you guys? I mean, you've done television, stand up. All these guys have done television and stand up and are great at it. When you look at like Chappelle walked away from it and said, "Nah, I want to do my own thing because I'm not gonna let you guys hold me hostage."
Yes.
But Martin still does television. Tommy Davidson doesn't do as much television. Quake is not in television, but he has all his gigs going on. When you look at the success that Chappelle, Martin, Earthquake is having, and you say, "Hold on." Ain't none of them guys win no Oscar. Ain't none of them guys did what I did on the movie set. And they're having the commercial sense that they're having. That should be more.
If I was a white woman, do you know what my name would be?
Wealthy.
Melissa McCarthy. If I was a white woman, my name would be Melissa McCarthy. Same track record. 5-year sitcom and syndication. Same track record. The opportunities are not the same. So when you have, and as you read all of those things off, and you say, wait a minute, Mo, none of them have this, none of them have that. We get judged by a different stick. We get judged by a different stick. And then when I had people judging me, I'm like, you judging me by your yardstick. You've not done what I've done. And I say that humbly. You've not had the accomplishments that I had. Right. When I hear Brother D.L. Hughley say, well, that Netflix special, I just accepted anything, whatever they gave me. These are not my words, they're his.
Right.
Well, that's how you do business. I'm not mad at you accepting anything.
Right.
Why are you mad at me saying I won't accept anything?
We're gonna call it a stream for now, but I will be back shortly with I should be on Destiny. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna probably be on Destiny. But as always, if you like what you see and want to see more, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with past, present, and future, and also cop some of your merch, cop some Senpai Gaming merch, make sure you hit that link for the merch.